Good morning, everyone. I would like to welcome everyone to the McCarthy Middle School Grade 8 Awards Ceremony for the year of 2022. Woo! Today, we are here to celebrate the accomplishments and the hard work of this year's 8th grade class. Your growth and maturation has been astounding. We've witnessed you grow from reticent, timid young 5th graders into confident, competent young adults. We are proud of each and every one of you for your own individual reasons. This is a special class. No class has ever had a shutdown, a return to hybrid remote learning, and then a return to full in-person learning. No one could have ever predicted this. Despite the circumstances you have faced, this class has risen to the occasion. I want to personally thank all of you for meeting our challenge of following COVID protocols and living up to our pride expectations by respecting each other, your school, and yourselves by being the very best you can be. Many of you have experienced great success while here at McCarthy. Some others among you are still growing and finding your path. What I truly hope is that you have all learned something from the decisions you have made while here at McCarthy. Our staff members have prepared you all to move on. You have been given the tools to be successful. You will be successful as long as you put in the effort. Now I'm going to quote a famous Boston Celtic with our Celtics in the finals. Hopefully they can pull it out. But famous Boston Celtic Larry Bird has summed it up perfectly. He said, "I've got a theory that if you give 100% all of the time, somehow things will work out in the end." In other words, just keep working hard. If you ever sat in my office, you have probably heard me talk about us all making mistakes. Some of you have made decisions that were not the best. My hope is you will walk away from McCarthy community knowing, being able to learn from those mistakes. When you get to CHS, Neshoba, Lowell Catholic, Bishop Girton, Central Catholic, or Brooks Academy, or wherever life takes you, go with confidence, hold your head up, hit the ground running, work hard, ask for help when necessary, and get involved in the activities available to you in high school. You will be successful. You are ready. Today, we have Sarah Evans, who sat in your seats just 4 years ago. She's a graduating member of the CHS class of 2022. Sarah recently was awarded a scholarship as a former McCarthy student. She is here to share some advice with you all. Come on up, Sarah.
Thank you so much to Mr. McPhee and to the McCarthy PTO for letting me speak to you today. Class of 2026. In 4 years, you will be graduating high school, having gone through all the ups and downs, highs and lows, and twists and turns that come with it. I can assure you that it definitely won't go as expected, regardless of how you're expecting it to go. Although the days might seem long, the years fly by very quickly. I'm sure you all feel that 2026 is a very long way away, but I still remember sitting where you all are, thinking the exact same thing about 2022, and here we are. I am graduating, and you are getting ready to move on into the next chapter of your lives. Maybe you can't wait to move on, or maybe you're worried about what the future holds. But either way, you should know that the traditional high school experience isn't as cliche as it seems in the movies. It really is what you make of it. When you walk into Chelmsford High School, Neshoba Tech, or whatever school you'll be attending on your first day, the biggest difference you'll notice isn't the physical size of the building or the fact that you're now smaller than everybody else. Sorry, you're not the big kids on campus anymore. It's the responsibility that you're given. You are in control of your life now. Sure, there are people that will guide you along the way, but you get to shape the experience that you have. As you move up the ranks, the required classes get more and more sparse, and the elective choices are endless. Are you a science whiz? Take biotech, where you can experiment with lab equipment otherwise reserved for professionals in the industry. Intrigued by history? Take American history through film, a senior level class where you watch movies and analyze them through a historical lens. Want to explore literally any topic you're passionate about? There's a class called AP Research, where kids conduct a year-long study on a topic of their choice, ranging from music's effect on mental health, to political bias in mass media, to the optimal design of rats' cages for medical testing. The sky's really the limit. I've taken all 3 of these classes, in addition to many, many more. There's truly something for everyone. Explore your passions and refine your interests. Now's the best time to do it. Don't treat class selection like a chore, but like an opportunity. Although academics should be a priority, that's also not all there is. Class of 2026, you are a unique group of individuals. You are not the same as my graduating class, the current classes at CHS, or those yet to come. All of you have something that makes you distinctive, that makes you stand out from the rest. For a lot of you, it might be school, or maybe a sport. Some of you play instruments, act in the school play, or volunteer in the local community. For others, it might be being a caring older sibling or a supportive, compassionate friend. There are many of you that haven't figured it out yet, and that's totally fine. That's what high school is for, to help you find what makes you, well, you. Everyone has one of these talents, but no one has all of them. This means you, class of 2026, need each other. For those of you who feel at home on the stage or on the football field, there won't be any musical or homecoming game without an audience. I'm sure at least some of you are looking forward to school dances and other events, but they won't happen if no one shows up. And when it comes to academics, you're all going to need each other, whether it's trying to understand a difficult concept or commiserating over the latest failed math test. Just trust me on that one. Like I stated earlier, you're in control of your high school experience, but that also means supporting your peers. Within the first few weeks, the McCarthy versus Parker rivalry will be completely gone, although this seems unthinkable right now, I'm sure. Finally, I'll give you one last word of advice. When looking for guidance, you're going to hear from many adults that these are the 4 best years of your life, and you'd better not waste them. I'm here to tell you that this statement is most likely a lie. Of course, when I was your age, I had no idea there would be a global pandemic that would consume my sophomore, junior, and senior years. I really hope that there won't be another one. Regardless, you'll still face road bumps along the way. Even for those of you who are straight A students, it's likely you will take a class that you really struggle in. Maybe you'll get cut from a sport you've been training in for most of your life, or you'll find yourself caught in unnecessary friendship drama. Sometimes things are difficult for no reason at all. The sentiment that high school will be the best time of your life is scary because it puts pressure on you to do everything perfectly. I can guarantee that there will be mistakes along the way. However, I know that you'll come out all the better for it and that you are going to have an amazing time. I will close with what I said before. High school is what you make of it. Push yourself to succeed academically and find what you're interested in. Rise to the challenges you're given, and in 4 years, you'll be walking off the stage at Tsongas Arena, having received your diploma, and you will look back on this. You will think of the good times you had, walking the hallways, attending events, hanging out with your friends. You've got this, class of 2026. Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you, Sarah. That is wise advice indeed. Today, we will recognize a number of students for their accomplishments this year. At this point, we will start with our presentations of awards. We're going to start with Specialist Area Awards. I believe Mr. Sorrentino is going to be leading us off.
So good morning and congratulations to all the 8th graders. As you move forward in your education, I am Ms. Sorrentino, the 7th and 8th grade reading specialist and teacher of the literacy support class. The 2 students receiving my awards today are both motivated, hardworking, and focused students who take their academic learning seriously. Both are somewhat quiet and shy, but have great thoughts to share and have overcome their natural reserve to become highly valued members of the lit support classes. Additionally, both are naturally kind, considerate, and have demonstrated that throughout both years in literacy support. So congratulations and the very best of luck to all of my students and all of you, but especially to my award recipients, Grace Fenders and Vanessa Hajna.
Next up, I'd like to invite members of our music department to the stage.
Great. All right, hello everybody. I'm Mr. Wright, the band director here. This group, this 8th grade band, is extremely dedicated, extremely talented, and I've been very proud of what they've accomplished, considering, you know, for everyone, the adversity. To do an extra commitment like performing arts, there is an academic component to it, but there's also an extracurricular component to it, and it takes a great deal of passion, determination, to commit to a group like that. There's a lot of extra time that goes into it. So when you manage busy schedules, and then also you end up in a group where we're asking you to kind of break down some of your guards, middle school guards, and express and be passionate and play artistically. It's a hard thing to do at the end of a long day. So I just want to give a big congratulations to all of our performing ensembles this year, and I'd like to recognize a couple of unique individuals. This first individual, when I met her in 5th grade, extremely polite, but has a she's a warrior in the way that she prepares. She works extremely hard and intensely, and does it kind of behind the scenes. We kind of live in an age now where everything needs to be recorded, or we need to have evidence of it in order for it to count. So if there's not a video of it, it's not important, right? But this person is truly somebody that works for herself and those around her for the right reasons. She's a tremendous musician, but also an even better person. Extremely polite, always very teachable, very coachable, and willing to take instruction to bring herself and those around her to the next level. And that's Sarah Bartos. This next student is the opposite. No, I'm just kidding. This next student bribed me with fruit snacks to get the award. I really like Welch's fruit snacks, so if anybody wants to send them my way, I'll take them. This next student is extremely dedicated. He's been in every ensemble that we've done. He's, again, quiet, really came out of his shell in 8th grade. One of the most genuine personalities that I've seen. Very funny, has great humor, and a leader. It's very difficult to play the instrument that he plays and to excel and succeed, because we ask a percussionist to do so much. He was playing in the lobby band this morning. He's an anchor of our jazz band. He's going to be an incredible, incredible performer as he grows up and gets older. He is now. And it's going to be exciting to watch what he decides to do, because he'll be successful at whatever he chooses. Daniel Talent.
All right, good morning. My name is Mr. Miller, and I'm the orchestra director here at McCarthy. This is my first year teaching here, so this year's 8th grade class is my first 8th grade class graduating, and they have been an outstanding group of students to sort of help bridge that gap and make that transition. I really appreciate all of the hard work. Sometimes making a transition like that can be tough in your last year. I think one thing about performing ensembles is that you're learning an instrument, which is an individual activity, but participating in the class really is a very, very much a group activity. Being in an orchestra or a band or a choir isn't something you do by yourself, but you really need to connect with other people. There's one instrument that sort of often is referred to kind of as the foundation of the orchestra. And without a strong foundation, the house sort of crumbles. And it's, to be one person that the rest of the group is relying on and really counting on to support for that foundation and that support system can be a tough job to fill. And we had one student this year who was playing the bass in 8th grade orchestra and the only bass player in 7th or 8th grade orchestra. Did an outstanding job really helping to support the whole group. So the first award for orchestra goes to Logan Overo. In addition to being just part of a group within your class, I think one of the unique things about the performing ensembles is that you stay with the same class through all 4 years at McCarthy. And then into high school, those who continue will stay with that same class all the way through high school, which is a really unique and special setting. I think one of the most important things that we can learn in school is how we can help impact other people's lives and thinking beyond ourselves, not just being a selfish person, but a selfless person and doing things to help other people. We had a group this year after school, the McCarthy Festival Orchestra, which worked to sort of connect between the grades. We had 6th, 7th, and 8th graders all working together, and the 8th graders that participated served sort of as mentors and role models to help inspire that next generation of 6th and 7th graders to step into the shoes of the 8th grader role model position. And so we had a number of 8th graders participating in this ensemble this year, but the one that's getting the next award is Ananya Modi. Thank you, Ananya.
Good morning, I'm Mrs. Richardson, and I'm going to do things a little opposite. I'd like to call the person up and then talk about them. So I'm going to begin with the chorus awards, and I'd like to have Samita Badri come. Samita has been a leader from the beginning. Her love for singing and her confidence was evident. When COVID got in the way, Samita took advantage of a remote way to work on her skills in The Voice McCarthy Edition. Samita is dedicated to her art, and I am confident that there is much more to come. This Excellent in Chorus Award goes to Samita Badri. Next chorus award is Mia Troncoso. It has been such a pleasure watching Mia grow in her musicianship. Her enthusiasm and desire for excellence was and still is the driving force behind her hard work in every aspect of music performance. Mia also took advantage of The Voice McCarthy Edition to continue building skills. This year, Mia has blossomed into a solo vocalist. I couldn't be more proud of her. and her example that perseverance and hard work gets you where you want to be. This Excellence in Chorus Award goes to Mia Troncoso. Okay, for theater awards, I would like to call up Lily Rogers. From the moment Lily walked into my classroom, I knew she was a force to be reckoned with. Her talent was immediately evident, but even greater was and is her passion and joy for performance. Lily is teachable. She's eager to get constructive criticism, and she recognizes its value to her growth. As a fifth grader, Lily played Little T. Moon. Her character started and ended that show. She just lit up the stage. 1 week before our show in her 6th grade year, COVID shut us down. Lily was supposed to play one of the nasty sisters of the Ugly Duckling in Honk Jr. And with no musical last year, her role this year as Moana was finally her time to be a lead on the McCarthy stage. With all of the ups and downs of this production, gotta turn the page. Lily remained positive and worked hard at all times. Her future is bright. I look forward to all that she will accomplish at CHS and beyond. This award for excellence in drama goes to Lily Rogers. And my last drama award goes to Sammy Shenna. If you know Sammy, you know that she is a bit shy and not a big fan of being in front of an audience. She didn't audition for the show as a 5th grader, and then, well, COVID. This year, she pushed herself to audition, and I'm so glad she did. Sammy got a supporting role as one of the primary ancestors telling the story of Moana. She took rehearsals seriously. She pushed herself to overcome the nerves and self-doubt. I'm so proud of her and her accomplishment this year. I look forward to more of the same as she moves on. This excellence in drama goes to Sammy Shenna. Thank you. Congrats, everybody.
Next up in our Art Specialist Awards will be Mrs. Kiley for Art and Ms. O'Meara for Tech Engineering.
Good morning, McCarthy. Sorry, I'm so short. Okay, thank you. I'm Mrs. Kiley, art teacher here at McCarthy, 7th and 8th grade. I have 2 awards to give out this morning. The first is an award that I always try to really emphasize the effort and the importance of effort and coming prepared and trying hard. This person did that. She was such a hard worker, came into class every single day with a smile, always a please and a thank you. A thank you at the end of every class. What can I do to improve this? How can I make this better? And she was always prepared, never gave up, did her best at all times, and always had her best attitude and gave just her 100% to everything. Best Effort Award goes to Eva Hutchinson. This next award is the Excellence in Art Award. The core word in excellence is to excel. The student has done that. I've had the pleasure of knowing her since 5th grade when she entered for art club, and she has not stopped for 1 second to develop all of her skills. She's tenacious. She works above and beyond her natural ability, and her natural ability is pretty stellar. I'm amazed at how patient she is. She's positive and kind, And no matter what, she always stops to help people around her. And she is someone that I think is going to go really far, no matter what. Excellence in art goes to Tegan Toto.
All right. Good morning, engineers. All of you, yeah. I'm Miss O'Mara, Tech Engineering, and I first want to say what a pleasure it has been having each and every one of you in class this year. Engineers design, build, collaborate, and turn dreams into reality. The Tech Engineering Awards go to the McCarthy engineers who embodied the spirit of engineering by their effective and efficient problem solving, collaboration, patience, persistence, and creativity. This is evident in this team's Term 2 custom designed and very entertaining tank tread mobile merry-go-round pull toy. They were a very creative team and very fun to work with, and they helped other teams in addition to their own creative over-the-top work. It was fantastic. So this year's Tech Engineering Special Recognition Award goes to Brian Bardsley and Joseph Walsh. I'm proud of these two students and all of our McCarthy engineers. Thank you for a great 8th grade, and keep engineering.
Next up, I'd like to invite Mr. Graham and Mrs. Germain to give their awards. Yeah, she's going to step out after.
Oh, okay. My glasses. Yep. Right. Good morning. Each year, physical education gives 2 special recognition awards to students for their accomplishments and outstanding effort in physical education. While each of these recipients display outstanding athletic skills, they are being recognized for their exceptional character, qualities such as cooperation, enthusiasm, leadership, and a strong work ethic. They have demonstrated a willingness to support, encourage, and assist others in physical education class. They are mature, responsible, and consistent. These students have such a positive impact on our classes and probably don't even realize how much myself and their classmates appreciate them. The first award winner was not just an exceptional PE student, but also represented our school by running on the cross-country and track team. Her best attribute is her ability to support, encourage, and lead by example in the way that she participated and influenced others in class. Please come forward, Maya Flaherty. The second award goes to a student who always says hello, have a good day, thank you. This is the way he greets me when he comes into class, and this is the way he greets his classmates. He is a genuinely caring person. His best attribute is his consistent enthusiasm and positive attitude. He brings energy to class regardless of the activity, the score of the game, or the team he's on. Please come forward, Zach Rao.
Good morning. Do I need to move this? Okay, I have 2 awards. So this student greets teachers every morning and afternoon with a smile and kind words. Being polite is just part of who she is and how she treats others. This year, she was always willing to participate in class, even when nobody else was willing to raise their hands. This could be due to the fact that she felt obligated, considering I was usually standing right in front of her desk and tended to lock eyes on her for the answer, which she always had. This student has shown amazing commitment to her learning and faces everyday challenges head-on. For example, she showed the ability to adapt by starting a new school in 7th grade as a fully remote student. This year in 8th grade, she came in with confidence and ready to go. I think she was involved in just about everything here at McCarthy. She's wise beyond her years and a mature leader. I am confident she will do well in high school and in life. Congratulations to Lucy Franklin. This young man is a conscientious student who always puts his best foot forward. He goes above and beyond in class and always strives to do his personal best. He's very determined and focused on the task at hand. He always turned his work in on time with a high level of quality and effort, and when he was absent, his first question was, "What did I miss?" He would then get the work done quickly and correctly to keep from falling behind. He doesn't draw attention to himself, but he does what needs to be done. He's always smiling and pleasant and does not have a mean bone in his body, always treating others with kindness. I think one of this student's greatest strengths is his strong work ethic. He values each learning opportunity and has truly taken advantage of getting the most out of his education. This award goes to Yunish Damal.
I'd like to now welcome members of our World Language Department to the stage.
Buenos dias. Thank you. Who said that? Oh, maybe you are my student of the year, Hunter. Who knows? Okay. My first award is my most improved in Spanish. So I've known the students since 5th grade, and I was so pleased to see them in person again this year. They've always been helpful, polite, and quietly funny. Last year, fully online was tough, and when this year started, their drive to be successful kicked in. They sought help when needed and even started taking risks with the language by trying to say more than just the basic class expectations. And now their effort is paid off because they are receiving my award for most improved, Siobhan Frugally. So this next student is inteligente, atlético, y romántico. Self-described. I do not say that from personal knowledge. Okay. From the very first day of school, I was surprised by him. He was always raising his hand to answer questions and at times would get mad if I didn't call on him. I had to explain that I needed to give other kids a chance to answer. Every month, he was so upset about not being chosen as my student of the month, and it became a daily joke in class. I want to explain that I didn't choose him for the monthly award because I knew pretty early on in the school year that I wanted him to receive the end of the year award. He has earned this for his academic drive and for putting up with the class and his father giving him a hard time all year. I'm happy to finally say congratulations to Logan Connors.
Bonjour, les amis. Oui. So I first met this student over a Google Meet in September of 2020. So they told me their favorite food was a burger, and they preferred laughing at movies over being scared. So I liked them immediately, and their only goal really was to learn how to say apple in French. So eventually it was pretty special to be able to travel with them up to Quebec City and have him order his food at McDonald's in French. His hotel room also had an amazing view of Quebec City. But about this individual, I can say things like he almost always has an answer when no one else does. When thinking of adjectives to describe this student, words like excellence and outstanding come to mind. But I would say what makes him truly outstanding is being thoughtful and kind. Those things are as equal for him as just being an excellent student. I've seen his patience and kindness rival his intelligence and curiosity for learning. So my student here, I got a couple of things to say after, but it's Ayan Srivastava. Yeah. He's been an example in my class. So my award themes, like I said, are kindness and excellence. And my next award winner is definitely an excellent communicator. It's an understatement to say that it's been a pleasure to have him in my class. You know, he definitely brought joy to me and improved my outlook on many days. So he has been an excellent communicator, I would say par excellence. He's kind and curious. He's constantly on task. He's driven to success, but he's pulling this off while being kind of jovial and helpful with other students. I don't think he's received anything less than 100% in my class. So, you know, I would say my next award goes to, drumroll please, Soam Miami.
Hola, muy buenos dias. I am Senora Taha, and I'm pleased to present 2 awards for grade 8 Spanish this year. My first student is most deserving. This student moved to Chelmsford from India about 2 months ago, and although he has only been in my classroom for a very short time, he has made a huge impact. He's an incredible class participant, goes way above and beyond, and no matter what the assignment is, no matter what the task is, and does everything with this amazing positive attitude and a huge smile. He's so incredibly polite. I don't think I've never met a student who was more deserving of a pleasure to have in class than Adyan Gupta. In the short time I have known you, you've made my life a joy as a teacher, especially in all the craziness of the end of the year. I was so blessed to have you in class. All right, my next 8th grade award goes to a student in my morning class. We didn't start off the year too fabulously, but I got you once I got to know you better. You had a positive attitude, genuinely enjoyed class, and you were a consistent and positive class participant. Your work was outstanding all year, and I especially enjoyed your self-portrait during the Spanish art unit and your written reflection of the symbolism within that portrait. You are a deep and introspective thinker, a talented artist. I enjoyed all of your artwork all year round. Thank you for sharing all of your drawings with me. You're a superb student of the Spanish language. Please continue to put your artistic expression out into the world. I present this award to Bella Sampson.
Do you have the actual certificate, or did we possibly give
Oh, I think I gave it to Adnan. Oh no, okay. Thank you, Bella. I will miss you next year, and I wish you so much success in high school.
Buenos dias. I'm Miss Nolette. I'm the World Language Coordinator, and I've also had the pleasure of teaching Spanish here at McCarthy for the past 2 years. I had a fantastic class, the same group of students the past 2 years here. We started with Google Meet classes together and then finally got to meet each other in person last April. There are so many kids I could give an award to, but the student receiving this award has consistently been kind, always participates, is funny and creative, and consistently tries to use Spanish in class. His writing and speaking skills in Spanish have grown tremendously in the 2 years he has been in our class, and I know he will continue to be a great person and successful student at CHS. It's my honor to present this special recognition award to Ryan Higgins.
That concludes the specialist portion of our awards. Now we're going to move on to content area awards. We're going to lead off with our language arts teachers.
Okay, first I would like to congratulate the entire class of 8th graders, but especially to Team 8-2, otherwise I was told when I first came in, known as Team Awesome, and you definitely fit that bill. In ELA class, you have explored the life of a young blind deaf girl who overcame seemingly insurmountable challenges. You have had an uncomfortable first-person conversation with a madman through the writings of Edgar Allan Poe, and recited fairy lines from Shakespeare, which turned out to be just a weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. You met a young girl who would go on to become one of the brave Little Rock Nine and followed her footsteps as she endured jeers and threats, marching forward to make this world a better place. And finally, you learned when all animals are equal to be wary of those leaders who take advantage of their position. It has been a pleasure to watch you all grow as readers and writers, but also as distinctive individuals, marching forward towards becoming an integral part of a bigger world, questioning societal attitudes, and thinking about making your own difference in our larger community. As a team, you grew in your skills by encouraging each other. You all made a difference to and for each other through your encouraging words and passing along books to one another. You showed kindness and dedication to continued improvement as students and as strong individuals. I commend you all for your skills as accomplished readers and writers and for your continued success next year and in your future high school English courses. At the beginning of every year, I challenge students to take risks and try not to focus on points towards grades, but instead on building skills. These two students who I've chosen for this year's ELA award, I felt exemplified this ideal. In fact, both of these students admitted to me early on that they felt that English was not really their strength. This first student I would like to speak about fit this narrative. During an early conference with the student, they expressed wide-eyed concerns about their writing, but this student showed very quickly a dedication for improvement. They paid careful attention to class lessons and used those lessons for growth. They took risks and listened carefully to instructions and became a very coachable student, and they asked questions, a lot of questions. They used opportunities to revise and took advantage of the tools provided. Most importantly, they saw the feedback received as an opportunity and an occasion for growth. Finally, this person, more than any perceptible ELA skill, showed a level of maturity, patience, kindness, and determination that has been commendable. Pranav Ajmera, I'm so proud of you in your growth as a writer, as a student, and as a young man. Come on up and receive your award for excellence in English language arts. This next student who I'd like to speak about is another student who expressed concerns early on about ELA. They insisted while in a meeting with me that their skills were not as good as other students and that they just didn't feel very confident in ELA. But this student very quickly established themselves in class, offering higher level comments even when no one else was willing. They made thoughtful connections to characters in novels and to wider themes. When work was finished, the student often had her nose in a book. She asked for recommendations and I noticed that she chose a variety of different genres, showing her interest in growing and learning about the world outside of her own. She began reading higher level books, even putting me at times at odds with my own supervisor. Yes, I know she's requesting a book that she will read in high school, but she would like to read it now. She promised to not say, "I've already read this." But most of all, this student showed a level of compassion and kindness to others that was and is most notable among all of her teachers. Every single day, without fail, she would say a genuine hello and a sweet thank you, which always included a little wave as she walked out of the classroom. I will miss that little wave most of all. It is with much pleasure that I recognize Eva Barber, for the award for her excellence in ELA. Come on up and stand proud and confident as you are a strong English language arts student.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Okay. I am so excited to be here having a regular 8th grade award ceremony this year. Most of the students who have had me or who know me would describe me as optimistic and positive, sometimes even annoyingly so. But COVID really tested that. There has been so much heaviness in the last few school years, from remote learning to hybrid learning to learning with masks on. It has not been easy. As someone who looks for the positives, one silver lining that came from COVID was that last year, we were able to teach one section of 7th grade, and this year we had many of the same students we had from last year. Many of the kids on 8-1 we have had now for 2 years in a row, and it has been awesome. Today, I am so excited as I am able to give 2 of those students the ELA awards. The first student I would like to recognize is someone who is confident, intelligent, mature, and creative. They are unapologetically authentic and unique, never going with the crowd just to fit in. This student has achieved high grades in ELA, is able to express themselves through writing, present their ideas articulately, and is a leader among their classmates. I can count on this student to always complete the task, not just so that it is finished, but so that it is truly done to the best of their ability. I am lucky to have had this student for 2 years and know that she is going to impress everyone she meets in high school. I am so thrilled to give this first ELA award to you, Miss Rebecca Rogers. This second ELA recipient is a student I have also had the privilege of teaching for 2 years. From 7th to 8th grade, they have grown with quiet, subtle confidence. This student is always positive, polite, happy, and truly willing to do anything I ask of them. What is most admirable about this student is that they are always trying to better themselves and their work in ELA. They are open and often ask for feedback and constructive criticism. They write and rewrite their work so that it is their personal best, and their perseverance in ELA is noteworthy. Liked among peers and teachers, this student knows when it is time to chat and to laugh, and when it is time to get to work. I know his helpful, kind, outgoing, hardworking demeanor will get him so far in life, and I could not be more proud to give the second ELA award to my buddy. Give it up for Joseph Nordengren.
Next, I'd like to invite out from mathematics, Mr. Gallagher and Mrs. Lucente.
Hello. Nope, not that one first. Okay, sure. Hello, I'm Mrs. Lucente. I'm here to present the Team 8-2 Math Awards. Each year it is difficult to choose only 2 students to be awarded. So many of you have worked hard every day and also deserve an award. But I can only give 2. Before I do that, I want to wish you all great success as you go forward to high school. I recommend that you get involved, blaze your own path, believe in yourself, take chances to learn new things, and have fun. And now to my awards. This student comes to school every day eager to learn. She meets me at the door, prepared and with a friendly greeting. She asks questions and always does her best work. She works diligently, floating above the fray. It is my pleasure to give the 8-2 Team Math Award to Grace Fenders. All right. My second award. This student has impressed me with her hard work and determination. She participates in class by asking important questions and providing solid answers. She is not held back by obstacles, but consistently incorporates what she learns to improve herself. It is my honor to give the Team 8-2 Math Award to Kate Evans. Thank you.
That should be good. Make sure I put my brakes on so I don't fall off the stage. Talk about it, but you don't do it. Come on now. All right, here we go. Before I give my awards, I always like to end the school year with a little bit of a message for each and every one of you. It's hard to believe you guys as 8th graders, for most of you, and for all of you, you know, us as 8th grade teachers, we've had you for 2 years for the most part, okay? Which makes you guys very special and definitely makes it very difficult for us as teachers to see you go. So remember that, okay? It's not about the books, it's not about the learning part that we're trying to give to you each and every day. Okay, it's what you do with it next that counts the most. Okay, when you move on, when you get through high school, even when you're in high school, come back and tell us how you're doing. It's what you do next that counts the most. To us, and it should be for you. If you see something that is negative that's happening, it's what you do next that counts the most. Do you stand there and do you point and laugh? Or do you make a change? That is up to you. That is not up to us. Okay? And in your young life, you want to go through and you want to try and minimize the use of these words. If I only. What that means is give everything you have, no matter what it is. There's no percentage on it. You give everything that you have. And never use those words, if I only. Because that means that you didn't give everything that you had. And if you cannot use those words through the rest of your life or minimize the use of those words, you're going to be just fine. There's no doubt about it. Now, on to my 8th grade awards. Okay. This first award goes to a student that I've had for 2 years. And it wasn't a repeat year. I had this student for 7th and 8th grade. The student was new to Chelmsford in 7th grade and was trying to make things work academically, socially, and remotely. I only knew this student through this student's emoji. And I think if I can remember correctly, it was a cat, a cartoon cat with socks. In 8th grade, this student returned on a mission with confidence and an open mind. At the beginning of every class and at the end of every class, this student would read. And I would always ask what she was reading. In a short couple of sentences, she would always tell me what the book was about. Never once being annoyed by my over-questioning about the book that she was reading. And the student would always take the time to explain wherever she was in the book. This student worked hard and had the ability to think on her own. This, and this alone, is a special gift that will take her far. I am so glad and proud to give this 8th grade math award to Sabrina Woods. All right, my second math award goes to a student that had a really special year. This student in class started quietly and lacked the confidence to speak up on her own about the problems that she was solving and the things that we were learning. This student was unsure of his ability to solve math problems and contribute to the class. But as the year went on, the student grew in confidence as a person that he wasn't at the beginning of the year. By the end of the year, this student was pointing out the mistakes I was making in class. That's confidence. This student has shown that growing involves a lot of ups and downs, and even sometimes it goes sideways. This student always and every day got better and better and never ever said, I can't. In the end, which is only the beginning actually, this student brought his best vision of himself every day, and I'm thankful for that. My second award goes to Asher Leatherman. Congratulations.
Next up, I'd like to invite out Mrs. Hill and Mrs. Bonner from our science department.
Okay, just got to get organized here, please. Mr. Gallagher is always a tough act to follow. He gives such a great speech. I'm feeling a little bit guilty now about beating him at field day. Just a little. Just a little. Okay. So I have 2 awards today for science on Team A1. My first award goes to a student that exemplifies kindness. He is caring, genuine, and a true role model of what a good person should be. He was always politely engaged through every lesson and was determined to do well in the 8th grade. He checked X2 consistently, handed in any late missing work without having to be chased or reminded, and he always put forth his best effort in everything we did. He never argued or showed frustration with his work. He just got to work and got the job done. He persevered when things weren't easy and advocated for himself in order to achieve academic success in science. He did it all with a smile on his face. He was the first to arrive to class every single day this year, and those first few seconds we spent together chit-chatting every day before others arrived became one of my favorite parts of this year. This special recognition and science award goes to Jaden Hector Davis. My next award in science goes to a student that worked unbelievably hard all year long. She was determined to do well and took responsibility for her success in science very early on. Much of this success wasn't obvious to everyone and took place behind the scenes. I received constant emails from her each week, most of them very funny, updating me on the status of her work or asking what more she could do to get caught up. She never made excuses. She was honest about why she may have missed an assignment or fallen behind. She was proactive and would personally let me know when she needed help or more time. Lastly, she loved to draw all over her assignments and would give me dramatic eye rolls when I didn't know what her drawings were. This special recognition and science award goes to Emma Ingraham.
I feel extra short today with this microphone. Good morning. This student comes to class each day prepared and ready to learn. He can always be counted on to help out, volunteer, and is a great leader during lab experiments. He is kind, respectful, determined, polite, and uses his time efficiently. I will especially miss his greetings every morning and at the start of class, which always bring a smile to my face. It is well known that this student is patient, responsible, mature, and well-liked by his teachers and peers. The Special Recognition and Science Award for Team Awesome A2 goes to Jake Berry. My next award goes to a student who always strives to do his best in all of his pursuits. He is willing to ask questions, which of course is what science is all about. One question usually will lead to more and more questions, and this student will tackle them head on and try to find the answers. He truly has a scientific mind, and his determination and dedication will take him far. The special recognition and science award for Team Awesome 8-2 goes to Ayan Shrivastava.
All right, cue the music for their entrance. Social studies teachers, Mr. Livingston and Mr. Sullivan.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mr. Livingston, history teacher for Team 8-2, and I got a couple of awards I'd like to give out today. All right, this first award. This student has earned a special recognition award in history. All year long, the student has exhibited strong academic achievement, while at the same time balancing the social aspects of school. This student always puts forth their best effort and is always there to support a fellow student when needed. This student's strong academics and positive attitude were no surprise, as they were a continuation of the attributes they showed during 7th grade. It's an honor for me to present this special recognition award in history to Reese Boucher. All right, this next student that's receiving a special recognition award in history, all year long, this student has continually put forth their best effort, asking questions when needed and making sure that their work was completed to the highest standards. Despite a very active life outside of school, the student always made sure that their academics came first. This dedication to academics extended beyond history class, as I also saw the student seeking out extra help when needed in their other classes. For the last 2 years, the student has never failed to enter the classroom without a hello, and always left with a sincere have a nice day. It's an honor for me to present this special recognition award in history to Kate Cormier.
What's up, you clowns? All right. Seriously, where did the school year go? We were fully masked about 6, 7, 8 months ago, outside throwing the football every day for those 5-minute lunch breaks until an errant punt ended up on the roof. That kid still owes me a football, by the way. How much hand sanitizer did we use? How many different scents did we use? And I'm still afraid to go to Bed Bath & Beyond. Whoever wins today, it is what it is, okay? But you're all going to go to the high school, whether it's Neshoba or CHS, and you're going to be wildly successful in life. That's simply facts. On God, and I hope the 7th graders don't say that. Okay, moving on. For my first special recognition award in world history, Foundations of Democracy in the Civics Project Experience, I chose a student that maintained an A+ average throughout the entire year. An extremely caring, generous, and supportive student, she showed up each day on time with a smile and ready to work. There seemed to be a theme to all of her current event assignments and the Civics Project experience about caring for the less fortunate or at-risk groups. Without going into details, she covered mental illness for children on her Civics Project, and this is a group that does not always get the help they need, and she was hoping to support them. Also, she does have great taste in music. Most days she would come in with a solid song recommendation, even sending me links to certain bands' hits. They were good songs, but my favorite song by My Chemical Romance remains Welcome to the Black Parade. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Regan Ellard. was afraid she'd still be in the line for Untamed at Canopy. All right. For my second special recognition award, I chose another student that maintained a ridiculously high grade point average through the year. If I'm not mistaken, they have a GPA over 100% because of extra credit work, including the State of the Union address and remembering quotes from the Prince, which should help her when she dominates whatever career she chooses in the future. In addition to taking her academics seriously, she was a leader by leading through example. In a world where it seems that people who make the most noise get the most credit and praise, she kept a cool and calm demeanor while participating in class and in group work and conversations with friends. She's also a fantastic artist. If you walk by my room, she designed my nameplate that hangs outside my door. Also, if you were able to collect 75 cans for Project 300, you own a shirt with her design. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Tiffany Vu.
All right, moving on to our next section of awards. Right now we have awards called McCarthy Cares Awards. At McCarthy Middle School, we have cultivated a caring spirit. It is summed up with a simple slogan, McCarthy Cares. In normal years, we annually collect over 20,000 food items for our Project 300 food drive. This is a drive that started some 45 years ago with the realistic goal of collecting 300 food items. It has become the biggest school-based food drive of its kind. This year, we hit our goal and brought in over 30,000 food items. We also, yes, it's worth. We also take on other community service initiatives such as Coats for Kids and other clothing drives for those in need. We sing and perform at local nursing homes. Our students and school community rise to the occasion over and over and over again. To quote one of our own staff members, no rest, McCarthy, no rest. At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Sullivan up to present our McCarthy Service Awards.
Mr. McPhee was a little bit light on that number, 31,500. So, in all honesty, I like the cut of your jib. All right, listen. But the 8th grade, as usual, led the way. Even though a 6th grade homeroom took the ultimate crown, you guys, as a grade, definitely brought in the most. So thank you very much. I want to hear it for yourselves. With that being said, one student went above and beyond. She went around her neighborhood, dropping off flyers, and set up a drop box for anyone wishing to donate. She hit up her sister's friends and family and asked them to donate. She even dipped into her own bank account to buy cans, and we know how important cash is to an 8th grader. Interestingly enough, because of her efforts, she was able to propel her homeroom into the top 10. So I gave her all of the coupons for the McFlurries. So she had 30 McFlurries at McDonald's. Sorry to the rest of your homeroom. Oh, and by the way, she's also a fantastic sound engineer that made Idol a success. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Catherine Evans.
At this time, I'd like to invite out Mrs. Kiley, Mrs. Richardson, and Mr. Wright, who are going to award our Excellence in Fine Arts Award.
Bad joke and Mrs. Kiley again with the short. All right, everybody, hello, we're back. As you can see behind me, we have your talented music staff, Mr. Wright and Mrs. Richardson. So every year, we have noticed, going back over a decade ago, that there was so many students who were super creative and talented in art, and not just in visual art, but also in the music end of the hallway. And we kept noticing that the same students kept placing at Boston Globe Art Awards or the Micah Fest, or just, really excelled here in the school and around the community. So we developed this award about a decade ago called the Fine Arts Award, and today it's going to be co-winners. So the students that are receiving these awards, I will let them do the honors, but they excelled in my class since 7th grade, starting with online, and then, of course, moving into what you've heard all morning, the hybrid phase and the mask phase, and back to full in-class learning. So this year's award winners are dedicated, they're focused, they're tenacious in their work, and that's not just in the art room, that's also in the music room and in all of their classrooms. I had the pleasure of talking with their team teachers through 7th and 8th grade, and it's always been these same two individuals whose names kept coming up, as you just heard Mr. Sullivan talk about one of them, designing a t-shirt, and a great artist in his classroom as well. They are hardworking, they are kind, they are dedicated, and the way that they treat their classmates, to me, is just as important as how they excel as an artist or as a musician. I will let the music staff now talk about why they're receiving these awards, and we will congratulate them at the end. Thank you.
Okay, well, I'm excited that one of my students is receiving this award this year. I have enjoyed knowing this student from the first time I met her in 5th grade. She is positive, kind, funny, and committed to excellence in music. This has been a fun year to work with her again and enjoy her talent in chorus and select chorus. And she's going to start off her music career at CHS by being a crescendo, a highly coveted position. So one of the Fine Arts Awards this year goes to Tiffany Vu.
Jeez Louise. So this is actually, I think, my first time presenting a Fine Arts Award to a band student. This student is one of the best musicians I've heard play. You wouldn't really know unless you received like some sort of performance recording solo, because they're such a great band member and team player. One thing that I admire, because I'm not this way, is quiet confidence. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not quiet. And it's always an admirable trait when there's a student that is not only someone who's polite, respectful, can listen and learn, but is also, an incredible performer that doesn't need anybody to know about it. And this person wins competitions, is expressive, is mature, is just everything that you want as a teacher. And I couldn't be prouder that she's receiving this all-encompassing award, because usually when someone excels at one thing, it means they excel at most things, and this is what this award represents. So the Excellence of Fine Arts Award for Jade Boyer.
Next, I'd like to invite all the team teachers for both 8-1 and 8-2 back to the stage to give out team awards.
We're just waiting. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. We are just waiting for a couple of the other team members. Infrared. Radiation. Don't get me started. No. We'll randomly send it to you all summer, just so it stays in your head. We're waiting. Okay, this microphone is. Our first Team 8-1 Special Recognition Award is an academic award. And it goes to a student who could not have worked harder this year. She is determined, diligent, and has an amazing knack for paying attention to detail. She takes a great deal of pride in her work and consistently strives to be her best. She absorbed everything her teachers had to offer, and she ran with it. Aside from academics, she is sweet, polite, and she exudes kindness. She is the ultimate role model for all other students, and she makes it look so easy. This Team 8-1 Special Recognition Academic Award goes to Freya Shah.
I'll try to keep this part brief. This is a quick story that I think captures this student's attitude and worldview. During McCarthy Idol, the students were working extremely hard, and about 3 days before the show started, an act showed up, and a lot of the people expected everything to be perfect, and they were complaining about the lights, and this student thinks out loud, you show up 3 days before the show and expect everything to be perfect right away. I felt the exact same way.
This student is mature. She is likable. She has her own style and is just really awesome. In a class that tends to get a bit crazy in my room, I can always look at her as she peers over her glasses with a knowing glance. She just gets it. She has helped in numerous ways, from Project 300 to McCarthy Idol. She is the kind of leader who does not need the spotlight. She doesn't need the applause. She does the right thing because she knows what the right thing is, and she does it for herself. She has a head on her shoulders, a dependable moral compass, and all 4 team teachers could not think of a better recipient of this year's team award. Please, please, promise us you will come back to visit. Abby Philippon.
This student is a deeply polite and kind human being. When you hear his name, people just light up because he puts out such positive energy into the world. He meets everyone with a genuine greeting and always offers cheerful conversation. He has a warm personality that welcomes and includes everyone. He is sweet, caring, responsible, and an all-around wonderful person. It's our pleasure to give the Team 8-2 Special Recognition Award to Austin Hawk. This student always goes above and beyond expectations on projects, tests, quizzes, and even simple daily tasks. She asks meaningful questions because she is eager to learn, not just looking for the best score. She is polite, hardworking, determined, and resilient. She is introspective and produces detailed, exemplary work. It is our pleasure to give the Team 8-2 Academic Excellence Award to Tegan Toto.
Great job, team.
All right, we're moving on. We're almost all the way through. We have 2 sets of awards to give next. The next award is called the Principals Award. Each year, 1 or 2 students are recognized as Principals Awards recipients. In order to qualify for this award, a student should follow classroom and school rules, have good attendance, put forth their best effort in their schoolwork, be respectful of others and themselves, be respectful of school property, demonstrate leadership qualities. Recipients will have their name engraved on a plaque that will be displayed in the main lobby of the school. This year, we have 2 Principals Award recipients. I would like to read a few comments made by staff members regarding the first Principals Award recipient. This student is a natural leader. This student is outgoing, always willing to go above and beyond. The student is personable and wise beyond her years. This student is exceptionally respectful towards peers, teachers, and everyone she interacts with. She was an amazing McCarthy Idol MC. Congratulations to our first Principals Award recipient, Lucy Franklin. Now I'd like to read a few comments made by staff members regarding the second Principals Award recipient. This student's teachers felt so lucky they were able to have the student for 2 years. The student has grown into being a self-confident, self-assured, mature learner. The student is always on task, gives best effort, and is a great friend. She is kind, considerate, respectful, and inclusive. Congratulations to our second Principals Award recipient, Emily Tran. Now I'd like to turn the microphone over to Assistant Principal, Mrs. Calabrese, who will present the last awards of the ceremony.
Good morning, 8th grade. It has been so wonderful so far to hear how appreciative and grateful all of your teachers have been for your hard work and efforts this year. But we would be remiss if we missed this opportunity to turn to our faculty and turn to our parents, grandparents, and guardians. After all, it was their support and encouragement, along with the teaching staff here at McCarthy, that got you here today. 8th grade, I now ask you to stand up, turn to the faculty, turn to your family members, and give them a big round of applause. In this moment of gratitude, I need to recognize 2 8th graders sitting in this auditorium. These 2 have been special to us in the office. They have worked all year behind the scenes to help us in the office, help us with announcements, help us in the lobby with decorations and seasonal sayings. At this time, I am going to ask these two students to stand where they are so that we can give them the recognition they deserve. Lucas Farrell and Chloe Reynolds, please stand up. Thank you. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Chloe. You may be seated. The help that they have given us in the office has been invaluable, and they deserve that recognition. Now, we move on to our final awards of the day. The next award is very special to our McCarthy community. For a number of years, the McCarthy community was fortunate to have Mr. Stephen Murray's presence in the building. He was always positive, always smiling, and always involved in the happenings at McCarthy, and we sure do have a lot here. As Mr. Murray was leaving us years ago to pursue his principalship, the decision was made to recognize one or two students in Mr. Murray's honor. For those of you that are not aware, Mr. Murray is currently the principal of Chelmsford High School. The criterion for Stephen P. Murray's Spirit Award is simply a student who displays positive school spirit and enthusiasm on a daily basis. This year, we have two outstanding 8th graders who are more than deserving of this recognition. Here we go. There are a few things I have come to enjoyably learn about our first recipient. Our first winner is an enthusiastic participant in many McCarthy activities. This person is known for wearing creative outfits for dress-up and spirit days. You will always find a bright smile on this face. This outgoing teenager is a positive influence in the classroom and has demonstrated a high level of integrity. This recipient braved the high jump during this year's track and field season. Our award winner always puts forth their best effort into their schoolwork and has impressed all of their teachers with their ability to balance academics, after-school activities, and a social life. And finally, and maybe the most notable, this student has performed many roles, including leads in our school musical productions and in our McCarthy Idol show. You know her, we love her. Our heartfelt congratulations goes out to Lillian Rogers. Congratulations, Lily. Well, here we are on our second and final award winner of the 2022 academic year. We've come to know this student as an enjoyable person to be around, who is so well liked by everyone. This teen has the most infectious positive energy and displays it every single day at McCarthy, in the classroom and beyond. Our award winner has the reputation of being the absolute best conversationalist and can inject humorous insight into almost any topic. This recipient has developed an impeccable and refined taste in music and movies that span over decades. Over the past 4 years, our winner has set themselves apart by becoming a leader in performance music and being an essential member of our McCarthy ensembles. In fact, this recipient has become such a recognizable force amongst our student body that it is no surprise that this student was one of the best MCs we've had for McCarthy Idol. Please join me, everyone, in congratulating your beloved friend and classmate, the one, the only, Nate Wilder. Congratulations, Nate. Students, as we close our morning assembly, I'd like to share some final thoughts. Summer is here. Some of you will see a lot of each other, and some of you will not. And that is okay, because you all have that strong McCarthy connection. The last few years have been tough and atypical, but you made it through. Remember, this is just the beginning of your personal journey towards becoming independent, thoughtful, critical citizens of this earth. This is the beginning of you learning to sharpen the tools that we've given you along the way, utilizing the strength, the courage, and willpower you have, all the struggles you persevered through to pass your next test. I don't just mean math, science, history, ELA, Spanish, and French tests, but tests of your endurance and your ability to keep going, especially when things get hard. Please take care of yourselves. Whatever you're feeling, it's okay, and you have people to support you through these tough times. And continue to believe in yourselves. Lastly, I hope that high school treats you well. It's going to be a bumpy experience, but there will be moments that will happen to you that will be amazing. Cherish those times and make the most of it. After all, those 4 years will go by so quickly that you won't even remember the bumps. Mr. McPhee, your teachers, and myself wish you the best of luck, and we hope that you show your fellow peers how awesome you are. Keep doing the right thing and speaking up when there is wrong in the world. As Mohandas Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in this world. I hope you all find your voice and go make this world a better place for everyone. Thank you.